Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. Today we have episode number 3 of Season 2 coming your way. And of course, we have £84 million to spend today. After the last episode, I asked you all to give me some suggestions for signings because I had no idea who to bring in. I've checked the comment section from all you lovely people, and there was one most liked comment with a certain individual who kept popping up with a suggestion, and that man is Martin Ødegaard of Real Madrid. You might remember him, you might know of him. In case you don't, Ødegaard was tipped to be the next big thing in world football. Signed for Real Madrid, I think at the age of, was it 17? But yeah, there he is, 80 rated, and he hasn't really hit the heights at Real Madrid. He's had numerous loan spells away. I had him in my De Graafschap save in FIFA 19, you might remember. He was good there. The only thing is, as he is the most liked comment, I will be signing him today. Where is he going to fit into our team? Because we've got so many players in the attacking sense that even after signing him, I don't really know where I'm going to put Martin Ødegaard. Now, looking at him right now, 5-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot. If we take a quick look at his physicals, he's not slow by any means, but I feel like he'll be a much better player in sort of the cam role because he's not quite as quick as I would have liked for a winger. Great technically as well, ball control, crossing, dribbling, free kick accuracy is pretty good as well, short passing, decent. But yeah, so Ødegaard was the most liked comment of last episode, so without further ado, let's try and sign him. As we sit down with Zidane, I'm thinking that £20 million might be enough to take Ødegaard away from Real Madrid. That's what I'm feeling. So we're going to start with that £20 million that I've stated, see what Zidane is going to say to that. It's 24.9 with a sell-on clause. I think 22. He should accept 22, right? That's 2.9 million less. It's more than I was offering. He might say he's sticking to the £24 million. There you go. £22 million for Ødegaard. The deal is agreed. Now we need to do the contract. And he's already... Oh, this could be big. £110,000 a week. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. If he wants any more than £70,000 a week, I'm not going to sign Ødegaard, because there's players here at this club already who are on far less money than that and are better than Ødegaard. And I don't want to be paying nearly £100,000 a week for a player that, simply put, might not start every game. So let's see what Ødegaard's going to want in the way of wages. I didn't even check his wages. £110,000 a week is a lot of money for a squad player. It's not like we don't have it. It's just morally, it'll crush me a little bit to give him that sort of money. So let's go squad role. I'll say important. He's probably going to want crucial. He's happy with important, so that's the start. 4-year contract. Again, I'm happy with that as well. Disregard release clause. Now this is the bit, the wages. I'm going to go in with £70,000 a week. That is pretty much the bit that I'm looking at. Let's see what he says to that. 69 with appearances and a signing bonus. Let's get rid of the bonus and let's go with 69,000. And he's accepted that. So, Martin Ødegaard is here. He was the most liked comment of the last episode. I've made that signing happen. I've got a load of people still in my shortlist who we may go ahead and make some offers for in the future. There is a ton of players in this list here. But we'll see what happens from now forward. Also, I'm looking at maybe bringing in a right back. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka was also one of the most liked comments in the comment section. So, we'll see what happens in that. Jack Stacey's doing a fine job so far. So we'll see if I do end up bringing one in on deadline day. But for now, let's play against Man City. And with Ødegaard signing, he is now the 7th highest earner at the club. Edison Cavani is the top earner with £125,000 a week to his name. But when we eventually let Cavani go, that will be decreasing. Ryan Fraser is the 2nd highest earner with £80,000. He got a new contract, I think last season, was it? I can't quite remember. Fernandinho is £76,000, is the 3rd highest owner, which is quite ridiculous, really, that we've got 2 players at the ages of 33 and 35 in our top 3 highest earners at the club. Wilson on £73,000 a week, Maddison on 70. So we are paying some big wages. Now, I like the financial side of a career mode, and I don't want to be paying any more than £100,000 a week for players. So once Cavani goes, he will be the only exception to that. So from now on, I'm going to try and keep the wages below £100,000 a week for our players, if we can. It's time now for the first game of today. Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium. Our side lines up with Benitez in goal, Chilwell at left back, Ake and Gomez as the two central defenders with Jack Stacey on the right-hand side of defence. Fernandinho lines up and captains the side against his former club. Phillips alongside him, Fraser, Maddison and King just in front, with Wilson leading the line. Cavani on the bench. Almada, new signing, Odegaard on the bench as well with Brooks too. A lot of quality to bring on for Bournemouth should we require it. We'll check out the Manchester City team once we are into game. I already see Sane, of course, on the left there, so I'm assuming it'll be a very good squad. Here is Chilwell. Chilwell's got the run of Ryan Fraser. We've used it as well. Fraser very quick, remember, great turn as well from him. Fraser's ball towards Wilson. Lovely touch from Callum Wilson. But his shot was straight at Ederson. And the first chance of the game has come from a Bournemouth counter-attack down the left-hand side. Fraser using his pace. The touch from Wilson to get away from his man. It was on the weaker left foot though. And it was straight at Ederson in the end. Fraser going to take the corner. He swings it in. Joshua King, the closest man to attack it, didn't even really try. Back out wide from Maddison to Fraser. Good drag back as well. Fraser just lifts it in towards the back post. And Ederson forced to put it behind again. Strong start to the game for us so far. But here's City with the first chance. And KDB scores the opening goal at the Etihad. You can have as strong a start as you want, but if you don't take your chance when they do come your way, and City take their first one, you're going to fall behind. And De Bruyne running from midfield. It's not great defensively from Ake. He goes out to meet Aguero. Doesn't really put much of a challenge in. In fact, it's not great goalkeeping either from our stand-in number one. De Bruyne, though, finishes it off, and City now then have the lead after half an hour of play. And up until that point, we'd actually been the better team here, so a little bit annoying to be behind now, but we have shown we can create chances. We've just got to take them. Here is Fernandinho. Ryan Fraser's made the move. Here is Ryan Fraser. Got the pace to beat Kimpembe, but he needs to find a finish, Fraser. Ryan Fraser does just that. Ederson, I'm not even sure what is happening to the goalkeepers today right now, because the first save from De Bruyne's shot from our goalkeeper was non-existent. And then Ederson here doesn't even try, he just stands still. I mean, Fraser, it's a good finish, but it's not in the corner at all. Maybe Ederson could have done better. He's very close, though, is Fraser, but at least try, Ederson. Just seemed to stand there, didn't he, and watch it go past him. And as it stands, we are back on level terms. It seems like Ryan Fraser is the man to carry this Bournemouth team forward. He gets into great areas using that pace as advantage. I do not want to let him go. We've rejected numerous bids for numerous players in our Bournemouth team this season. Wilson, King, you know, very important players that were here last year, including Ryan Fraser. Out of all of them, Fraser is the one I want to keep the most. One change at half-time for us. Martin Odegaard is on, and off has come James Maddison. He just wasn't in the game really today, Maddison. Quality player. He's just struggled to make things happen. So Odegaard comes on for his debut. He's got 45 minutes here against Manchester City in the second half to impress. And here he is then at the start of this second half, looking to try and find an opportunity. Great turn. And Kevin De Bruyne has brought him down here on the edge of Manchester City's penalty area. What an opportunity this looks like it could be. Now, with Maddison taken off, it could well be Odegaard who takes this free kick. Ederson will sort out his wall. Ryan Fraser's taken the responsibility of this, but I think I'm going to go with Odegaard. Better free kicks. Let's give it to Martin Odegaard then, and let's see what we can do with the free kick. You know that I'm not very good at free kicks, but let's try it nonetheless. Odegaard going to step up to the plate. It's on target, and Ederson was required. Not a bad effort by any means at all. Last minute of play here at the Etihad. It's City 1, Bournemouth 1. Manchester City with so much possession today, but it looks like it's going to be the point unless Bernardo Silva here can create one more chance. Ball trying to be sent in, and I believe that is it. Manchester City 1, Bournemouth 1, a point apiece. I'll take that considering how the game actually went, because honestly, we were dominated in possession. We didn't have a lot of possession at all, but we were still able to find an equaliser after falling behind early on to KDB's effort. Our post-match interview starts with a question about Martin Odegaard and about his debut in this game. What did you make of such a strong debut? I actually thought when he came on, we did look a little bit more, I'd say, fluid going forward. So I'm going to say he can offer us more, but I actually do think he had a decent display there. Maddison wasn't really cutting it, but I don't think that was anything down to Maddison. It was just he was having a bit of an off day at the office. Obviously, still got bags of quality. We know what Maddison brings to the team. And now it just gives us a second, option off the bench for Odegaard, because right now I'm actually training Almada to potentially play as a striker. His default set as a cam, But I've got him in training now to improve his finishing and such, to try and maybe play him up front in the near future. Were we hoping to get a win today? I will say happy with the draw. I did say it during the 90, and just at the end of the game, I'm quite happy with the point. It is always going to be a tough fixture against considering the quality of Manchester City. Against considering, I meant today considering the quality. Are we happy with the results? Good enough is never good. Both teams played well. I don't believe in labels. I'll say I don't believe in labels. I don't think either side really did that great, but both teams deservingly of a point. It was a fair game, I'd say. And that is it for game number 1 into transfer deadline day. I've decided to try and make one more signing in the transfer window. Hector Bellerin, who's playing for West Ham United, signed from Arsenal last season for them, is that player that I am looking at. Now, I would have gone for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He was one of the most liked, signings of last episode. The only thing that put me off about Wan-Bissaka was the 2-star weak foot, and I actually didn't know his overall at the moment, so I don't know how much to offer, and I don't want to overpay. And the likelihood is as well, is that with Man United winning the title last season, he wouldn't want to leave to join us. We finished second, whereas West Ham, I don't think, had the best year at all. So, Bellerin, try and entice him away from West Ham with Champions League football, winning the FA Cup for us last year as well. Or we did, sorry, not for us. We won the FA Cup, so maybe you want some cup success as well. So let's see if we can make this signing happen. I'm going to go with £20 million as well. See what West Ham say to that. They want 31.4. Now, he is valued at 18 million. What it will give me is another option as well at right back. With us playing Champions League football, I can't just rely on Jack Stacey, because what if he picks up an injury? They are sticking to that £31 million price tag. Now, with it being deadline day, I don't want them to have to go away and think about it, because I don't want them taking too much time. 25.5, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go away and have a little think about that offer. The likelihood is they'll come back with 30 million. So let's see. We've still got about 7 hours left. There it is. And there's been some other deals going through, but at the moment, the top deal is Guedes to Spurs. An offer for Chris Metham. That's an interesting one. I'll go back to that in a second. 27 million is the deal on the table for Hector Bellerin. So we will accept that. And let's negotiate the contract with him. He's on £74,000 a week at West Ham. Again, might take a pay cut to join us. I'll offer him 70. Bellerin only wants £52,000 a week, which is better than I thought we were going to have. But he wants an appearance bonus of £1 million, which I'm going to get rid of. And offer him 55 instead. And that's a lot cheaper than I expected it to be. I was thinking 70,000. But Hector Bellerin signs the dotted line. £55,000 a week is what we will pay him to join the club. What a signing that is as well. Surprisingly, although, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan, I don't think I've actually used Hector Bellerin in a career mode before. I could be wrong, but this is an interesting one. Chris Metham, I can't remember, is he transfer listed? He is. To take him to Torino. I think I'm going to accept that. I don't think he'll get played this year, Chris Metham, so let's give him game time elsewhere. And that should be our last signing of the transfer window. I don't have plans to do anything else, so let's skip the time down, and then we'll check out who has gone where before we end off the transfer window. Transfer deadline day is over. Let's take a quick look at the biggest deals of the window. There was 2 outgoings as well for us on deadline day too, so I'll show you those in a second. But Guedes remains the biggest transfer of the overall window. The biggest deadline day deal, though, was, as I'm scrolling down, if you want to check it out, then take a quick look. Victor Lindelof. He's gone to Hoffenheim for 36 million. That was the biggest deal of deadline day, followed closely by Lobotka to Watford. Odrizola gone to Lyon from Real Madrid. You can see who's gone where. But for us then, the deadline day deal that happened, there were 2. Hector Bellerin came in, but the 2 outgoings, Metham's gone to Torino for £7 million, and Danjuma's gone to Villarreal for £20 million. So they are the 2 deadline day deals that have left the club, which means we still have 55 million. We're spending money and recouping money like nobody's business at the moment, but our squad is locked in then, and we can only now make free transfers. So that is the team pretty much that we have to work with up until January. Fernandinho's gone down by 1 overall. I'm not happy with that. Not happy one little bit. But moving forward, I'm very, very confident in this team. Into game number 2 we go then at the Vitality Stadium. We take on Leicester City. Benitez starts in goal. Chilwell, Ake and Gomez, with Hector Bellerin making his debut as the back 4. Fernandinho is partnered by Lewis Cook in the midfield. Phillips drops to the bench. Fraser, Maddison and Ødegaard start, which means, of course, King is now on the bench as well. Wilson leads the line. We'll check out the Leicester City team when we are into game. Let's get into it. Here is Chiesa, off towards Casco. So far in this first half, so many mistakes coming out from both teams. Misplaced passes galore. And neither side good enough here so far in the game. But this might be an opportunity to go forward with Ødegaard. Lovely skill to get him in. But where's the run coming from? Wilson, you can't stand still, my man. Callum Wilson now gives us it. It's a poor pass off towards him. Now Maddison, off towards Ødegaard. Lovely move. And Ødegaard's finished it into the top corner. A rare moment of quality in the first half has paid off. Martin Ødegaard scores the opening goal of the game, but this first half has been awful to watch if you are a neutral. I mean, we're having to work so hard here. Lovely back heel from Maddison, and the finish from Ødegaard is good. But up until this point, I am so frustrated about how this first half has gone. Ødegaard on the ball looks very, very good though. Very happy with the signing of him so far. He's making things happen. You can see there, I'm happy with the goal, but from the first half performance, can't say there's too many positives to take away from this. Here is Chiesa for Leicester, looking back towards Casco. Casco trying to find a chance. Ndidi is the easy ball, he uses it. Back towards Casco. Ndidi again, towards the feet of Vardy. And we're trying to block it. What's been given here? I don't actually know. I saw the lino have the flag up. What did he actually give? The lino put the flag up like he was giving some... Oh, it's offside. I was going to say, I saw the challenge there from, I think, Joe Gomez, and I genuinely thought it was a penalty kick. But no, it is offside. It's very close, but it is the correct call from the official. One change as well for us. Cavani is on and Callum Wilson is off. And that is it from the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 1, Leicester City 0. A very poor game for quality. If you're a neutral watching that, you must be bored out of your mind. You'll be sat there falling asleep on your sofa. But the most important bit is we got the 3 points. It's a weird one because we've come into this new season off the back of a great first year. I expected us to pretty much come into this new year and be dominant, and we've not really done it. We've sort of grinded out results. I mean, we're at the top, at least in the top 6 for now, but we're sort of just grinding out results. We're not dominating games as much as I would have hoped. Against City, we could have lost that one. We picked up a 1-1 draw. That was a grind. We've ground out a 1-0 win here against Leicester, but at least it's 3 points. The Champions League group stages have been drawn, and we have been put in a group with Napoli, AS Monaco and Besiktas as well. The other groups, I will quickly scroll through them so you can take a quick look at who is in what groups. If you want to check it out in more detail, just pause it on the group that you want to see. But that's a very, very tough group for us, I will say. Napoli, Monaco, Besiktas, 3 tough teams there. We actually make our debut in our next game against AS Monaco. So it's time for our Champions League debut, my friends. This will be the final game of today as well. And what a start it could be to life in the Champions League if we can get victory in our first game. And our team for this game looks like this. Benitez in goal, Chilwell, Ake, Gomez and Stacey, with Fernandinho and Phillips in front of them. Fraser, Almada and Brooks, and Joshua King leading the line. I don't know what we're going to see from the AS Monaco team. I don't know who plays for them anymore, but we will check that out once we are in game if I'm allowed to without copyright. But it's the Champions League debut. If we make out of the group, that would be a great start, obviously, to Champions League life. That's got to be the biggest aim, get out of the group. But the worst one that I want is to finish third, so we at least get into the Europa League. That's got to be the bare minimum, really. But we, of course, want to try and qualify out of the group. It's a tough group we are in, but we'll give it everything we've got. Let's see what we can do. And we are off for our first ever Champions League game here at the Vitality Stadium. You'll have to see the team pop up on the bottom of your screen for Monaco because it didn't show me the lineups on screen. So you'll have to check it down there as it scrolls across. But I do know Fabregas captains the side. They've got good wide players as well here at Monaco to create chances. So this is going to be a tough night for us as well. A really challenging night as well as Calvin Phillips is caught in possession. Ben Yedder now trying to make the chance happen. There's quite a few interesting signings for Monaco that they've got. Ben Yedder's at the club. They've got Calvert-Lewin alongside him as well. And there's Augustinsson's crossing towards the box. We are under a bit of pressure early on here, but we've been able to withstand it and clear our lines as well. Oh, made a mistake there. Ben Yedder now has the chance. And Benitez is there to make the save. I honestly didn't mean to play the pass where I played it. And Ben Yedder should have scored for Monaco. Ake sliding in there, trying to block it. It's a good save in the end by Benitez, but to be fair, it was his pass who put us in the danger, even though I did tell him to play it there. So he made amends for that, but we are under pressure here from Monaco. You can clearly tell we're playing Champions League football now. It's not a simple case of us being in this game. We are under pressure from the offset, as Phillips now will play his way out up towards Ryan Fraser. We need Fraser to use that pace's advantage and try and get us a chance of something. King back towards Ryan Fraser. And at the moment, it's all Monaco here. But now we find our way forward. Lovely back heel from King. Through to Thiago Almada. And Almada scores after half an hour. It's been against the run of play. But the young man has fired in Bournemouth's first ever Champions League goal. What a finish it is as well. King with a brilliant back heel through to him too. I've got to give a lot of credit his way. But it's all about the finish by Thiago Almada. This is why I think he can play up front for us. In that position, there would be a lot of players who would have just lashed at the shot, not thought about where they were putting it. But Almada knows, I'm going across the goalkeeper into that top corner. What a finish it is. And Bournemouth take the lead in their first ever Champions League game. 2 minutes until half time. Fernandinho towards King. King off towards Almada. Almada's in again. And Almada doubles it. This kid is having the night of his life right here as he makes it Bournemouth 2, Monaco 0. These are the type of performances that you hear about for years to come. João Felix at Benfica was doing this. He got his move to was it? Wait, where is he? He's playing for Atletico Madrid. That's it. Almada is doing it for Bournemouth, and you just sense that there is a special kind of player in this young man. And when he does get to be to the potential that he's got, he will have the best clubs in the world looking at him. But hopefully at that point, we will be up there with the best clubs in the world. Almada makes it 2. He's got his brace in the Champions League. What a first half display it's been from him. To be fair, that's our second shot. This game has been a weird one because Monaco have dominated it. And so far, they are 2-0 down to the brilliance of Thiago Almada. And as you can see there, a handful for defenders. It's an understatement. King has set him up twice, though. You've got to give a lot of credit to Joshua King. Link-up play has been brilliant, but Almada is on course for a hat-trick in a Champions League game. Fernandinho has got the run of Ryan Fraser, and Fraser is in behind with that pace that he uses so well. The shot's in. Fernandinho off the post. How is it not 3-0? That should have been game, set and match. Fernandinho with the follow-up header. Hits the outside of the woodwork, and it's gone out. But take a look at this, my friends, as it's substitution time here at the Vitality Stadium. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. Almada has gone off, I'm sure, to a standing ovation inside the Vitality Stadium. If not, then there's a big injustice done because he deserves a standing ovation for tonight. I can't believe I didn't get to see it. I'm so gutted. But I was going to say take a look at it because surely we would have seen the stadium erupt in applause for Almada. But the change has been made. Maddison is on. And right now we are heading to our first win of the Champions League campaign. It could have been wrapped up there with that Fernandinho header. Chilwell off to Ryan Fraser again. 22 minutes left now as King sends it through to Maddison. The link-up play by Joshua King has been sensational tonight. And that is why Maddison's first touch since coming on is to fire it in the back of the net and make it Bournemouth 3, Monaco 0. I'm calling Almada man of the match, but I tell you what, Joshua King has made a name for himself as well to be man of the match tonight. That's 3 assists in the game. The link-up play has been brilliant from him. And Maddison finishes it off with his first touch since coming on. And now he will make another change as well. Fernandinho will go off. We'll bring on Lewis Cook because Fernandinho, as you can see, is looking a little bit worse for wear in terms of fitness. And let's also bring on Martin Ødegaard for Ryan Fraser and swap Fraser and Brooks around like that. Sorry, Ødegaard and Brooks around like that. And there are changes complete. 3-0 here. Monaco have been beaten. And I tell you what a performance this has been. Here is Maddison. King's made the move. He deserves a goal tonight. Joshua King, will he get it? He certainly will. And that's number 4 for Bournemouth. And all of a sudden, this is looking like quite the thrashing indeed. I don't think Monaco deserve to be 4 down from the way they've played, but they are. And it's the simple fact that it is. King's deserved the goal, and he's got it finally as well. A hat-trick of assists, a goal for himself. I actually think he'll be the man of the match tonight, not Thiago Almada. But Almada has a case as well to be considered man of the match, but King surely will get it after that. 3 assists and a single goal too. What a start to Champions League life. And there you have it, the final whistle from the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 4, Monaco 0. And look at those fans inside the ground. They are loving life as we start off the Champions League with a convincing victory. Joshua King, sensational tonight. Almada 19 years of age. There he is. What a display from him. In fact, we actually played well all across the board. We survived the early stages as Monaco looked like they were dominating the game. But in the end, we come away with a victory. And it's so cool as well to see that picture on the side of the ground to kind of show you the roots of Bournemouth, if you will, where they started in League One all the way to the Premier League. Great work by Eddie Howe. We've taken over. And we are now in the Champions League with them and have won our first game. Our first Champions League post-match interview. The first question was about Joshua King and about how well he played. I just said it was a sensational performance. Almada is the next question. Remarkable performance by him. What are your thoughts? I'm going to say an impressive performance from Almada like it was from King. I didn't even check who won the man of the match, but I should have done. We were expecting a more competitive match out there today, were you? I'm going to say no challenge. I'm going to be cocky about it because we were sensational, and that is putting it lightly. And our first post-match interview done from a Champions League game. It's quite cool to see the background changing as well. But that is going to be that, my friends, then, for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for all of your support on the channel too. As Almada says, hey Gaffer, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me get out there to play while I'm in form. I'm going to say influential performance. Look at that morale bar. It is full from Thiago Almada, now 79 rated. For the league table then, to end off today, it looks like this. We are top, joint top, with 13 points, only bettered by Arsenal's goal difference at the moment, which is quite interesting because we've only scored 8 goals in our first 5 games. We were sort of free scoring last year, but goals seemingly not coming as thick and fast as they were. I'm sure that will pick up. Arsenal with 14 to their name. They are top with 13 points. Man City second. We are in third. Spurs fourth. Liverpool down in 7th. They had a really bad year last year, if I remember rightly, Liverpool. Man United and Chelsea, look at that start that they've made to the season. Not good at all. Leeds down in 17th. Wolves 18th. Derby 19th. And Sheffield United, bottom of the league, not picked up a single point at all. I think we play Derby next. We do. So if we lose that game, then I pretty much should quit the series. But no, I'm only joking, obviously. Champions League group stage, I'm sure we'll be top after the first game. And that we are. Napoli have beaten Besiktas in the other game too. So we actually face Napoli in our second game of the group stage away from home. Looking forward to that as well. But what an episode it has been. Until next time, thank you for watching. Have a great day, have a great evening, and I will see you all again very soon with the next episode. Adios!